welcome to an SH Figuarts review on Kamen Rider Grease from Kamen Rider Build. He is, for the most part, very similar to Kamen Rider Cross C Charge, since they both use this sort of jelly squishing belt buckle to transform. Meaning that, in fact, both these figures are actually, for the most part, using the same molds. They got different shoulder pads, they got a different mask for the helmet, as well as the different bits on their arms. And the chest piece, that transparent piece, is of course also different. I'm just going to get over the similarities first. He's got the exact same hands as Cross C Charge, and that includes the fist already attached to the figure, as well as relaxed open hands, a belt buckle lever pulling hand, as well as a set of hands that can hold on to their weapon, which both of them have. Now, both of them have the exact same weapon, that's the exact same thing, and in one of the episodes he actually uses two, so if you have both of these figures, you can give his to him, so he can hold both of them. But of course, he has Dragon Bottle, as well as that little dragon machine thing that he slots into the weapon, whereas he has two different bottles. He's got a Phoenix and Robo bottle, which are both fully painted. That's quite impressive. The lid is painted, as well as the little logo and the bottom. They're all completely painted. And these bottles can also slot into the weapon and accessory. Now, the way these slot into the weapon that they have is a little bit tight, so I don't know if that will scratch the bottle cap paint off eventually, but as of right now it seems to be doing fine. Other similarities include these printed details on the legs there, as well as the arm. Those are completely the same as each other. And if we move these to the back, we also have that transparent piece of plastic in there. You can see it's mostly just paint differences between them. At this point you might be thinking, can I swap pieces between them so, they have different looks? Well, the shoulder pads, they've got the same hinges and such, so you can swap those. The heads, I don't think you can really swap that. You can swap the heads over since they have the same sort of double neck ball joints. What you can't swap though, unfortunately, is these transparent pieces without some modification. You see, what they've done is here, this piece there, this blue piece pegs into the center there. You see this little black area? There's a little hole there that this pegs into. That peg is filled in on this one. Instead, there are two pegs, one on each side. You see dark area that this slides into. So if you want this to fit on there, you need to cut the pegs on this black transparent piece so it won't get in the way. If you want this to plug into here, you need to drill yourself a hole in the center there for that to fit. So don't know if you really want to do that, but I guess some basic modification will allow you to do that. So that's the similarities. Of course, this jetty here is the exact same mold as the other one, but of course printed differently. Starting with the head, we have this transparent grayish black plastic here. The red eyes underneath look really good as they seep through, and the red area inside is in fact also transparent plastic, so you have this white sort of mummified head going on, and then you got the red transparent there, and then on top of that you have this grey plastic. So yeah, it looks really good. I think there's a slight sort of silver lining going around the eye there. Looks absolutely great. This transparent black piece on the chest is a little bit hard to see, but the details are also quite nice there. These shoulder pads also have pretty nice details and printing on the side, mechanical printing. And like I said, these white prints on the upper arm and the leg are the same as Cross C. And above, of course, also moves this on this belt, and this is loose, much like the other figure. And really, if you've seen the other figure, there's not much new stuff here apart from these different mold pieces on his arms that also look quite good. And again, this is a blackish transparent plastic there on the back. Detail that you're not going to see too often, but when you do see it, it is quite nice, quite awesome. Just to zoom on the belt there, the detailing is just as nice as the other one. The print on this jelly bottle is really good. And of course, if you remove that, then you really got to wiggle to get it out. But detail on the belt inside there is also pretty good. And the tip of this jelly is of course not painted, because for the most part it needs to plug into the belt. And just like the other one, has a little track on the back. In the other video, this weapon or accessory is pretty detailed. The molding, the paint job, all pretty good. And the handling here is you can move these two back, get a fingernail and pull this out. It actually pegs in so it doesn't slide all over the place. There's a little peg area there. So if you move in the middle, then it's not pegged of course, and then once it goes all the way in, it pegs in again. You move these back down, and just like the other one, you have these two slots there for two bottles to fit in. Yeah, pretty good. Even the handle has a little paint detail there. Articulation wise, you can look down, double neck joint, not too far down, just a little bit up. and a little bit sideways. Doesn't hinder too much despite this whole this huge collar and this piece getting in the way. So I mean, it does. You can see it does knock against it, so that's something to be mindful of. Double shoulder joint. Can go. See how far up. Can go pretty far up and it gets in the way. Full rotation here, of course. Upper swivel. Double elbow joint. Hand is on a ball peg on a swivel joint. Torso goes back. Torso goes forward. Sideways. And this arm piece here does move down, and it's a pretty well hidden joint, much like the other one. Handlebar here, of course, does move. Leg goes up, back, sideways. Rotation here. Double knee joint. Feet goes down, up, sideways. Toe joint can go. And he does have some boot pattern underneath there for his rider kick. And I'll just say this, I did notice that this area here that it sort of hits and slides against each and rubs. You gotta be careful of that. In fact, oh crap, just demonstrating that I've already rubbed a little mark on there. That kind of sucks. These little plates on the shoulder pads also rotate. I think the suit design is pretty good, and despite not liking things that are overly gold, I still think it looks quite nice because it's got all the black and whites and blues sort of layering it, so it doesn't just look too tacky. It's also not that really sort of cheap looking bright gold, it's a darker shade, so that sense it looks quite good as well. Overall for my figure, the clutch seems pretty good. His leg swivels are a little bit on the looser side, so is his arm swivels as well, but they never drop or fall. It just moves very smoothly, so I think that's probably a good thing, just like the Cross Z Charge figure. Some of the gold area joints are a flat sort of yellowish plastic, so that's a little bit distracting, but in most poses you shouldn't notice it too much, but I think that is a downside. I do wish that those joints would at least have a little bit of metallic plastic just to make it blend in a bit better. The transparent black and grey areas look great. However, some of the downsides of this figure is some of the molding injection dots are a little bit obvious, and of course that gold paint scratches far too easily. It just rubbed off, as you saw earlier in the video. That's quite annoying. And in terms of accessory count, I think the figure gets the job done. It's got all the important accessories that it needs to have. The bottles look great. The jelly and the belt also look pretty awesome as well. So with the show being kind of crappy, it's a shame that some of the suit designs are in fact quite nice, such as this one and the Cross C Charge as well. I probably like this one a bit more than the Cross C Charge. I think the suit actually looks pretty cool. It's a shame that, yeah, like I said, the show kind of sucks in terms of story department, and his character kind of sucks as well as a result. The super nice metallic blue and red one that is upgraded form also looks excellent, and that one is supposed to be being produced into SH Figuarts as we speak. If you like the suit design, I think it deserves to get a pickup if it's not too expensive. But if you're not too bothered about this color scheme, you can wait a bit for the metallic blue one that will come out later. But that will probably cost even more than this one, and this one wasn't exactly cheap for a third or fourth rider character in the show. As always, if you enjoyed this video, found it useful, click the thumbs up button, leave a comment below how you feel about this suit, this character, or the other Kamen Rider build Figuarts in this line. As always, you can support this channel by turning ad block off, sharing this video with other people, as well as heading over to Patreon and supporting it that way. Also, feel free to send me information about things you want me to review, or send products over my way. I'll be fully transparent with my audience, but I'm quite happy to review review samples. As always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.